looking to get into the world of search engine optimization, or better known as SEO, to get motivated sellers. And why we're all trying to do it is because it's not only the easiest, best, and honestly cheapest way to get the highest quality amount of motivated sellers consistently, day in and day out. So in front of me here, I have an example of my own company here. So as you can see, sell my house for cash in my local area. We are at the top here, as well as our Google business profile. It does very, very well along with that. So then we go to sell my house fast in my local area as well. Website is at the top, along with some PPC we have, as well as our Google business profile. And lastly here, buy my house Sioux Falls. Our website at the top, and along with our Google business profile here at the top as well. So basically just showing you where our website currently sits and really the results we actually get from it. Now, we rank for a variety of different keywords consistently, pretty much all across the board in our local area. And what happens is when you achieve this is you get consistent motivated sellers, and I'm only in a market of 250,000 people, and we get around 10 organic motivated sellers every single month on average, right? Some months we can get 15, some months we get 5. On average, we get 10 on most months. And what happens from this is because the intent is so high that usually you're closing anywhere from 1 in 3 of these people. You know, the other 2 are usually people who are on the market, maybe they're a wholesaler, but I don't even really count those as leads, but you get my point. You're always gonna have people who are just not that as motivated as you think they would be, but 1 in 3 is a very, very solid return. Now, I want to go through an exact crash course and a video. If I could make one video, this is exactly how to do SEO in a nutshell, this is the video to watch. I'm just simply going to go through years of trial and error with myself, as well as all my other clients all across the country, on what I've seen is really the blueprint as a real estate investor to have success. And it's really not that difficult. It's not that difficult. So if we go over, I'm going to go to sell my house fast. Let's see, what's the area we're going to pick today? Let us go ahead and do Indianapolis. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. So as you can see here, when I look up sell my house fast Indianapolis, if we were trying to rank in Indianapolis, this would be my steps. The first thing is doing keyword research, essentially is what this is called. And basically what the idea of keyword research is to see who what keywords are being looked up the most in your particular area and where your competitors are getting most of their traffic. But as a real estate investor myself, and to you guys, all of us know that there is not one specific keyword that everyone's looking up. If we were in lawn care, right, it's obvious. If we could rank for lawn care Indianapolis, we would be making bread, right? We'd be doing very, very well. But in this world of being a real estate investor, you have to rank for a variety of keywords, right? You have to rank for sell my house fast, people who buy houses, buy my house cash, cash home buyers, all these random keywords, because I talk to motivated sellers every single day, and they consistently tell me the keywords that they're looking up, and they are far from anything I ever would have thought they would have found my website from. And so that's really the goal. But at the end of the day, if you can rank for these 3 keywords, you're going to have a lot of success. Sell my house fast, we buy houses, and cash home buyers. So now since we know that, usually I look up sell my house fast in whatever area I'm trying to rank in and see who our top 3 people are. And we're basically what we're going to do now, what's called competition analysis. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip this out here, and I'm going to go to my actual thing because it's got all of my Chrome extensions. But let's go here. So we're going to see who exactly is ranking, the top 3 people. And basically what you are going to do is you're going to take these top 3 people, and we're going to see exactly what they did to rank. At the end of the day, that's what's awesome about SEO is you can peel the blinds back, and you can see exactly what they did. It's really not that difficult. And so what you have to do is usually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top 3 guys and look at their on-page first, meaning like the words actually on their page, the images, headings, everything. And the reason we do this is because on-page is essentially 90% of SEO, in my opinion. Without on-page, you could have all the backlinks in the world, you could have everything, and you're not going to rank at the end of the day. And that's why I believe 90% is on-page, and what we need to do is essentially look at our top 3 competitors and see, okay, how did they set up their on-page to see how many words we need, how many headers we need, how many images we need. It really comes down to this. It's really just a math equation at the end of the day. So I'm going to go in here, simplequarters.com, see kind of what they did. And they don't have a lot to work with, which is fine. Sometimes that happens, especially in these bigger areas like Indianapolis and some bigger cities. you will notice that sometimes you'll have people like this person who ranks really well and they don't have a lot of on-page going on, mostly because this is from brand traffic. I would bet the farm that these guys get a lot of brand name traffic. So they probably run commercials, they probably have billboards, things like that. That will also increase your ranking immensely if people are consistently looking up your company name and clicking on your website. That will, without a doubt, increase your ranking by far. And obviously it costs a lot of money to do that, but there's other ways to not have to spend thousands a month on commercials to do that. And so what we'll do is I'll go to this person, since this one I know probably has a lot more working with here. So yeah, we're still working with not too much, which is fine. But we'll do this. So I use a Chrome extension called SEO Quake. Essentially what it does is it pulls all the information that your competitors will have on their page. It's completely free. And basically what it will show is just their word count. 3578, as well as pretty much all the keywords they use with the density. But what we're going to look at is mainly word count. That's what you're going to want to put it as a high priority. Is, okay, this person has 3,500 words roughly. Okay, so this person, once it loads, has 1,400 words. Okay, then we're going to go on to number 3. And we're going to see, okay, this person has 2,100 words. So basically you're kind of seeing a common theme is they're kind of all over the place, but at the end of the day, what I typically like to do, 3578, 1,500, and 2,000. In the situation like this, I would basically tell myself, okay, my blueprint for word count is going to be around 2,500 words. That's how long our website needs to be, is around 2,500 words. Okay, perfect. So now we have that. So now we know our website needs 2,500 words. And what we're going to do as well is we're going to go to the amount of headers they have, right? And also count this. This also matters. So the word count and the header count is a big factor in this. There's a lot of other factors. I'm going to link a video in the description for full competition competitor analysis. It's 1 hour long. It's quite a while, but if you really want to know this deep dive and really know the nitty gritty, go and watch that video down below. You'll find it very, very good. So let's see, 20, 23, 37 headers. Okay, so we have 37 headers here. And by the way, this Chrome extension is SEO Pro extension by Marketing Syrup, also free. Very interesting, this person has 10 header ones, and obviously the kind of confusing if you don't know what that is, but this is very weird in this to have that. Usually you only have one of them, but besides the fact, this person has a ton of headers. 23, we'll just call that 63 plus 10, so 73, 79. We'll call that 81 since I added another one. So 81 headers, that's a lot. Usually when I do these, I don't see 81 headers. That's kind of insane. This person's a lot more normal. 25 plus 15, that's 40. Okay, so when I see the first person having 35 headers, this person has 40 headers, this person has 80 headers. Obviously, we have a little bit of an outlier here, but still, I would want to be around that 40 to 50 headers, honestly, is where I would want to be at. So you want to make sure you have 2,500 words and 40 to 50 headers on the page. So we now know that, okay? And then from here, now you can write your content, your website content, how you want it to look based off of these factors, right? And so when it comes to writing content, that is a whole nutshell in itself. And so I'll link another video down below on exactly how to write your content. It's literally a 1.5, 2 hour video of me just writing content for one of my clients. Go ahead and watch that video down below. I think you'll find that pretty informational, but we won't get into writing content today because that will be here all day if that's the case. And so go ahead and watch that video to write content, because that's our third step. Is once you have, okay, we know what keywords to rank for, we know exactly what our competitors are doing and how they got there, we now essentially just need to create our content on page-wise, right? We need to see exactly what they're doing. So what we're going to do though, what to finish it off really is now, okay, we have our website created, we have it designed, we have the metrics in place, we have the word count, the header count, everything's good. Now what we need to do is just understand backlinks, right? So what I'm going to do is go to SEMrush.com, and I'm going to explain this as this loads up here. what I mean by backlinks, if you don't know what that is. So basically, what a backlink is if the New York Times was to write about, for example, simplequarters.com, right? They were to be like, they're the best home buyer in Indianapolis. This is why you should choose them. This is whatever, yada, yada. They're the best, right? And the New York Times writes this article and puts a link to Simple Quarters' website, right, in their article. That is what we would consider a backlink, meaning somebody else linked to your website. And what happens from this is basically when Google, obviously we all know the New York Times is very reputable in Google's eyes, and they're like, okay, we like the New York Times, and they just link to Simple Quarters. Now we like Simple Quarters a lot more, and you essentially get brownie points through Google because they're like, oh, it's like a social game. It's like, okay, we like these guys, and they now link to these guys, so they must also be pretty cool too. That's really what it is. And it's just a game of getting as many of those as you can, but you don't want to just go, I mean, we've all seen the ads, we've all seen everything where it's like, I'll give you 1,000 backlinks within a couple hours. You don't want to do this, I promise you. You are only hurting yourself. And I'm going to show you exactly how to look at this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to simplequarters.com. I'm going to see if they have a backlink profile here. And I use this software called SEMrush. You do have to pay for this, so you don't have to do this. This is just the best software that I know of. Unfortunately, I haven't really found any free ones that are good enough for this. But what it's going to do is it just shows the backlinks that they have. As you can see, there's 2,500 backlinks here. Nothing I would freak out about at all. Really what I look at is credible backlinks, right? Obviously we have some weird links here, but what you want to do is you want to go in here and see exactly who linked to them, right? And see if there's any links that you can also get at the same time. And so, for example, like a MySpace account, you can go in there and make a MySpace account and you can get this exact backlink, right? And maybe this is something where, like, for example, let's see this one. You could go in here. You could go in here and reach out to these people, click the contact button, contact them, and say, "Hey, I noticed you wrote an article about so and so. I'd love to do that and see if I can provide any value. Yada yada. You get the point. But reach out to these people and just try to provide value for them, and they'll also give you a link. And that's all you really have to do is go in here and just do the same thing. Now, obviously, some of these links you're not going to be able to achieve, right? Like this, as you can see here, is a podcast. This isn't really something that you'll be able to reach out to them and say, hey, I'd love to provide value, and they're going to accept it. There's only going to be a select few that are going to allow you to actually have some credibility. But honestly, this backlink profile, in my opinion, I'm not hating on Simple Quarters, but this is extremely beatable. So I'm going to go to this person here. Ben buys Indies houses, and we'll kind of get really to the nitty gritty, but I just want to show you how we analyze what our competitors have, just so you know you're realistic. And then I'll show you exactly how we're going to go ahead and get them. So they have 1,100 backlinks. Let's see what they got. So we go here. Obviously, they brand design. So it looks like this was the person who designed their website, I guess. Okay. So then they designed their website, so they have that. Obviously, they have this blog.wordpress. That's a Web 2.0. Can't do that. But anyways, Forbes.com. See, it's a great example. They have a profile there. Let's see if we can find one more good one. BuzzFeed, right? You can go ahead and make an account on BuzzFeed just like this and get the same link. But I'm going to show you exactly how we do it for our clients, and it's the best way, in my opinion. You're going to go to helpareporter.com, and you're going to put your email right in here. Basically, what it's going to do is you're going to get emails every single day from journalists who are looking for trusted experts in a certain field. Specifically, we're going to try and go after the ones that are either real estate or business related of some kind. Because sometimes, you're going to put your email in here, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you do this. You're going to put your email in here. They're going to send you multiple emails every single day of reporters who are reaching out and looking for somebody in a certain, topic. Obviously, there's going to be topics like photography and all this stuff that we're not involved in, but you want to wait for the ones that come by and need somebody in the real estate, business, money, finance world, and you can now reply to these emails and say, hey, this is my opinion of this, yada, yada, this is why I'm credible, why you should listen to me, all this stuff. And then when you send that in, they may or may not use your quote or your opinion in their article, as far as a good, healthy resource. And then when they do that, linking to your website. Now, the good thing about this is completely free to do. It costs you $0 to do this. And backlinks is the most expensive part out of doing SEO. It is the most expensive part because it's so hard sometimes in these other places to get links, right? So you go in here and you're gonna, reply to these emails, and you're gonna get some great backlinks from people like Go Banking Greats, Yahoo Finance, Forbes, Real Estate Bees, all these people, Realtor.com. I mean, they have the biggest of the biggest dogs reaching out looking for resources, and they are there for the taking. You just have to, put some effort in there. It takes a lot of time, consistency, and effort to do it. But if you stick with it, you will get a lot of good stuff from it. Along with, if you want to go a little bit extra, go in here and see if there's any backlinks that you can get. Meaning, like I said, the BuzzFeed one. Go ahead and get that BuzzFeed. It's going to help you. Because if you can literally mimic exactly what they did, like for example, make a Nextdoor account, not that hard, right? Go ahead and make a Nextdoor account. And if you can mimic as close as you can to what they have for backlinks, you will have great success along with their on-page. Like that's literally all we're doing. Our competitors have already pretty much invented the wheel. We just have to do what they did at the end of the day and to the best of our ability. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, and that's why you kind of have to move and shake as you need to. But that's all SEO is. It's really not that hard. It's something where once you find success in it, and if you really want to do it yourself, you can do it. It's just going to take a lot of time, effort, and consistency. But if you do it the correct way, it's really simple. Not easy, but it's really simple at the end of the day. So without further ado, though, if there is a point of view where you're like, you know what, I can't do this all myself, I would rather just have somebody else do it for you, I'd love to chat with you. Hit the link in the description, marketingformotivatedsellers.com. We can chat, see if we're a good fit for each other, and see if we can have a good long-term relationship so you can do a lot of deals. But otherwise, without further ado, I appreciate you watching the video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Please like and subscribe, as that would mean a lot to me. Thanks for watching.